So everyone, welcome back to another video. This is not a review, and it's certainly not a kitchen review. I'm just in the apartment of my clients because it's an apartment. That is why I'm doing this in their kitchen. But anyway, I'm gonna do a build log on this computer. It's a very fancy computer in my opinion, a very good one. And let's just have a quick look at what we're gonna be building. What we have here, start off with, is the X58 Extreme6 motherboard from ASRock. On that we're gonna be putting an i7 core 950. What else? The GTX 470 super clocked from EVGA. That'll all be powered by wait, let me give you the RAM first. Yeah, Black Dragon, the Ultimate GeIL RAM. So yeah, Black Dragon GeIL RAM. 12 gigs of that. That's a DDR3 with a speed of, where do I see it? 77720. So that's pretty good. So that'll all be powered by this Corsair, 750 watt power supply. On the CPU I'll be putting this Noctua NH-U9B CPU cooler. For the speed of the computer, of course, an SSD. This is not the V Plus series from Kingston, but just the V series. I had to keep the price of the rig down, so that's what I did. Use this version. So that's an SSDNow V100 from Kingston, 128 gigabytes. And yeah, for storage, 2 terabyte Western Digital Black Caviar hard drive. And why this rig? By the way, not forget, I'm going to be putting this in the R3 case. Very important. Very cool case as well. I did a review on that, so I'm putting a link right here if you want to see the review of this case. But anyway, why this big rig? Well, it's going to be running CS5, Master Collection. And yeah, so we needed this video card for this, for CS5. Or at least this one, or better. We also needed a 64-bit system, because the other system that my clients have isn't really that good. Well, it's good, but it's not a 64-bit system. Anyway, we're going to be running Windows 7 Ultimate on this. And, well, whatever, I'm going to start with building this rig, and see you guys soon. Hello everyone, welcome back. So as you can see, I've put the CPU cooler on the motherboard, as well as all the triple channel GeIL DDR3 RAM. So this is all pretty good. That's 12 gigs, by the way. Yeah, so this is the Noctua, what is it? Let me find the numbers. NH-U9B cooler. Let me get you off the tripod to show you a little bit closer. So that is a cooler. That is all the RAM, 12 gigs. It's a lot of RAM. That's a cooler. It's in a push-pull configuration, as you can see. There's our 92mm fans. They include 2 of them, so that's pretty cool. What more can I say? Oh yeah, we're gonna be putting this thing right here in the computer. This is something they include with the motherboard. That's 2 USB 3 ports with a special connection. This one, and that gets connected here. And as you can see, this is actually for a 3.5-inch bay, but you get a expansion slot cover as well if you want to put that in the back of your computer. So yeah, this will look really nice with the R3. The color is all the same, so whatever. See you guys in the next update. So I wanted to show you guys this. I took the graphics card out of the box. I just wanted to show you guys this because it looks okay. It looks pretty cool. Here you have the 2 6-pin connections. Intake, yeah, blower style fan, and On the end here you have the two DVI ports and the mini display port. So I'm gonna be putting this in the system now. I've already put in the Corsair power supply and the SSD and hard drive. I've also turned around the fan here because the cable was down here, but by turning around the fan, the cable would be going like up there behind the CPU cooler somewhere, and then in the cable management hole right there, which you can barely see. Yeah, you see the light there. So this all looks cool until now. I'm also gonna be installing the fan controller here. There's only 2 of the stock fans in here right now, but later on my clients are probably gonna be putting a fan on top here and maybe one also in the front, and those are probably gonna be Noctua fans. I also got SATA 3 here, but I'm not using SATA 3 drives, but that's for future aspects, for upgrades and stuff like that. But yeah, I've also put the USB 3 ports in front here already, and I think now I'm gonna put in the graphics card. Let's turn it around. I'm gonna be putting in the graphics card and do the cable management, and I'm gonna show you all what it looks like. Alright, so this should be finished. Let's have a quick look at everything. As you can see, I routed the 8-pin cable on the back behind the graphics card there, around there, and in the power supply. So that's a little trick to put away the 8-pin power connection when you can't route it behind the motherboard tray. Then we have an extra FireWire port, the fan controller, and here is the 2 TB hard drive for storage, and the SSD with 128 gigabytes. Alright, and let's have a look at the front panel real quick, because here we can see the DVD writer that we took out of the old system, the 32-bit system, and that one is actually an IDE has an IDE cable, but I managed to tuck it away real nice. So let's have a look at the other side. So this is the other side of the motherboard tray, and as you can see, cable management is finished, and I've used many zip ties. That's the external serial ITA cable right there. The front panel connections, SATA cables, the cables for the fans from the fan controller, power for the fan controller, 24-pin cable, and these are the cables for the 6-pin PCI Express power connections. So it all looks really nicely, and now I'm gonna power up the system. So we're a day later and the computer is finished. Now we had a problem with the graphics card. As you can see, it's another one right here. This is a Gigabyte graphics card. The other one was broken. I tested it with my system as well, but we used the warranty and we got this new one. And this new one is the, let me check, another GTX 470. Actually an overclocked version, but they don't say that on the box. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Got a 4-pin connection and a 6-pin connection for the power. And while we were at the store, we also bought 2 Noctua fans, which we put in the front here. And these are the Noctua NFS12Bs. So that's pretty good for cooling. Now nothing really changed for the cable management, only cable fans, fan cable, sorry. So let's boot it for real now. Alright, let's see. Fancy. The Noctua fans are working, I hope. Yes, and by the way, it boots. Now it does, because it didn't with the other graphics card. Let's get into the BIOS. Let's have a quick look at the actual fans. Can't really see them though, but they work. Let's have a look. I have the graphics card, which actually has 3 fans on the bottom and a very shiny body. If you want, I'll put a link on the description box so you can actually see it, because I didn't show it because of a time limit of this build, because I gotta go soon. Yeah, this computer actually is ready for installation, and that'll be done with Windows Ultimate, Windows 7, 64 gigs on this Kingston SSD. And this is everything that I used for this build. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the comments area. And if you have suggestions for stuff that I should talk about even more, or just should talk about in future builds, yeah, just leave in the comments as well. I'm sorry I didn't do a benchmark video, but that was because I didn't have enough time for benchmarks, because I was already there for like a second day, and my clients really needed the system for CS5 for their work. But in future builds I'll probably do benchmarks with, for example, 3D Mark 11 or Future Mark. But anyway, see you guys in the next video.